you know what's coming up next? We just got through Thanksgiving. We just got through Halloween. The next stop is Thanksgiving. And it makes me wonder, hey, what, everybody's got a different favorite holiday. Mine, let me see, what's my favorite holiday? Man, I'm almost tempted to say the 4th of July. But I had a certain Christmas that outdid everything, and it's hard for me not to say because of that one day, I got to make that my all-time favorite holiday. Shoot. Oliver, the 4th of July, I just love that smell of that barbecue and standing out there at the grill and that's a tough one. 4th of July. But I'm going to say, hey, here's why I put Christmas in there. And Christmas is probably the best one for everybody because that's the one where you get gifts and stuff. And who don't like gifts? But let me tell you what happened to me one Christmas. I've told this story before, probably in some form. I think I've documented this here. No. You know what? I'm trying to think if, in fact, I had told the story and captured it on video at some point. But this is why I would probably put Christmas as my number one holiday. One year, I'm around all the family, right? I'm around all the family. I had just moved back to town. I had been out of town for a while. And had returned. This was the first time in 6 years. It's 77. It was 8. First time in 6 years. Sorry about that. But I had been away from home for 6 years. And, you kind of, celebrate the holidays, Christmas, wherever you are. But I didn't realize the importance of family until this year. Watch this here. Now, I had been away from the family for a while, and then I'm there. This is our first Christmas, right? And we're at my aunt's house. This is my grandfather's sister, older aunt. We're at her house, and all the family is there. All the family. I hadn't been around all the family in a while, but all the family was there. And it was packed, and there was laughter all in the air, and people being jovial, and it was the best time on. It was a memorable moment, right? And I got to tell this story here, though. My mama said to me, "Hey, times are rough right now. And, I don't have it like how I used to. And, I kind of wish I could have gotten you something for Christmas, right?" And she was telling me this, and I'm like, "Oh, Mom, don't worry about that, because, I'm a vibrant young man then, right?" This was a few years ago. I'm a vibrant young man. I'm like, I can do for myself. I don't need nothing. I'm satisfied with what I have. You know how when you're in your 30s, late 30s and stuff? So I was like, "Oh, Mom, don't worry about that, That don't mean anything to me, I'm just happy you thought about me, And then she said, "Well, the only thing I could afford was to get you this card." And I'm so sorry because I couldn't even afford a card. I had to make it for you, but I hope you understand that if I had some money, I would have got you a Christmas gift. And she handed me this card, and it was a handmade card. You know, it was just like like some folded. What do you call these? What do you call this kind of paper? Like cardboard type paper, but man, there's a proper name for it. Like manila paper or something like. Man, I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, she handed me one of those, and inside of it, it was just a handwritten note, and she said, "Tony, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get you anything, but I wanted to tell you that I loved you, and I wish I had been able, but as you know how it is right now." And man, after I read that card, I'm sitting there, right? Because it was the way my mama had worded it, and the way she led into it, kind of set me up, for the emotional thing, I guess. But she did it brilliantly. I don't know if it was out of strategy or if she truly was wished that she had been able to get me something more. And this is what I really think. I think that she really, really wanted to get me something more than what she was giving me. I read that card, and something happened to me. Let me tell you what happened to me. I'm sitting there reading that card. All of a sudden, it's quiet in the whole place in my mind, because the ambience and the noise and stuff, and the people still laughing and talking because there's a bunch of us. But in my mind, everything went quiet because I had connected with those words at that time. And I mean, I really connected with those words. And I was like, man, this is the greatest Christmas gift I've ever been given. And I mean, when I was a kid, man, I had a little green bike, and there wasn't many things that would have topped that. I got a little 5-speed. That's when 5 speeds were the thing. I got a 5-speed bike, and that was big time. Memorable in my book, right? So I get this card. Man, I tell you what, I'm literally sitting there ready to cry. And I'm a grown man, almost 40 at the time, I was in my 30s. I was in my mid to late 30s. Man, because I'm seeing the appreciation. I mean, I'm feeling the appreciation, I'm hearing her words. I'm capturing this moment right now, right? And I was like, it's just hard to explain, but I'm just going to put it this way. It was about 30 minutes later, and we had a little family tradition where we would all swap gifts, right? Everybody would like pull a name, and that one person would get that person a gift, right? Well, I had already become content. I was happy. I'm like, I got the greatest gift that's ever been given. I'm happy and content. And then they say this here. They say, well, Tony, you just came home. Didn't nobody pull your name because we didn't even know you was going to be back in time, So nobody had your name. And then Mom said, I hate to say it like this here, but it's going to use a little profanity, so forgive me on this here. No the hell, She said something to that effect. I don't want to really get into it, say it like that. I got him something, and she had Edward Earl, which is her brother, come from the back room, and it was a little black and white TV, right? And it was a little small black and white TV. Let me see, like a 12-inch. I mean, it's a little tiny TV. But man, I got that gift, right? And I was like, oh, Mom. I didn't say it at the time, but years later, I'm like, Mom set me up good, you know. She had me over there about to cry, a grown man about to cry, being thankful, you know, because I realized the importance of something other than money, you know. It was the importance of, it was just the gift itself and the thought of giving that little piece of paper. That meant more than anything. But when I got the little television, it was like icing on the cake, you know. And I don't know if anybody remember the old small black and white 12-inch televisions, you know, but that's what I ended up getting. And yeah, that was one of my holiday stories. And that's that's, you know, that's why I was saying, I don't know which I like better. The 4th of July or Christmas, but I got to say, I love 4th of July because of the season, you know. But my greatest memory came from Christmas, you know. Christmas with Mom. I mean, Christmas with the family and Mom's gift. Yeah, man. Tell you what, I would hope, this is no joke, and I don't want to sound weak or nothing, but I would hope that everybody on earth would have that one moment that I had, that one experience, at some time in their life, have that one moment, you know. I would pray and hope and pray that everybody could experience that at least one time. Just one time. Because I know what it did for me, and I know how that memory has lasted, and every time I think about it, I tell you what, I laugh about it and get a good feeling on the inside too. Don't get me wrong, I get a good feeling on the inside every time I tell that story. I don't get a chance to tell it too often though.